Hey guys, welcome to my channel all about English with Divyata. So, it's my first video with you all with the poem Night of the Scorpion. Hope this will prove useful for everyone who sees and who needs it. So, this poem Night of the Scorpion is one of the poems written by the Indian writer Nissim Ezekiel, named taken from the exact name, being his fifth book of poetry. Before starting with the poem, let's discuss something about Indian writing in English, that too which deals with poetry. Indian English poetry was the product of a large cultural or civilizational encounter between Britain and India. Raja Ram Mohan Roy had played a big role in establishing Indian writing in English. If we go in detail, it will really take time, but I hope and I am sure that I'll make one more video regarding Indian writing in English and I'll upload it soon. So now let's start with the poem. Before starting with the poem, let's discuss something about the poet, that is Nissim Ezekiel. Nissim Ezekiel was born on 16 December in Mumbai. His father was a professor at Wilson College, and from that Wilson College itself he got a BA degree in literature. If we see his career, he had chosen many careers like being a professor, being a broadcaster at a radio, publishing articles, publishing books. In 1952, he had married Daisy Jacob, and in that year itself, his first collection of poetry, The Bad Day, was published by the Fortune Press. The second was the 10 Poems. The exact name was his fifth book of poetry. He had even translated many texts including Jawaharlal Nehru's poetry, Vrinda Nabar. Ezekiel's poetry is both the instrument and the outcome of his attempt as a man to come to terms with himself. One finds in the poems the imprint of a keen, analytical mind trying to explore and communicate on a personal level. He is also considered among the most distinguished contemporary Indian poets in English, and there is hardly any poem where he does not pursue his own temperament. He is one of the most personal and intimate of all Indian poets. Here, personal and intimate means that he always has focused on his feelings, on his personal feelings, personal issues, and he has portrayed it in the poem. As we'll read the poem, we'll just come to know how he has inculcated his personal feelings into it. Let's start with the poem. Night of the Scorpion. Night of the Scorpion brings in its sweep the world of magic and superstition, science and rationality, and material affection, materialism and maternal affection too. As we read the poem, we'll come to know how it happens so. It begins with a delicate family situation as its setting. Here the poet presents the scenario of a typical village home, a truthful picture of the rural areas. How we can say that? As instances come in the poem, as we go on reading, we will find some lines which will depict and show us how the village exactly used to be, and it is now the same, but not that same that it used to be in his times. This is a narrative poem which brings in its multiple treatments different kinds of philosophical ideas, myths, facts, superstitions, magic, science, rationalism, maternal affection, and includes all these things. Narrative here means that it is a poem which is narrated by himself in a monologue. No one else is included and no one else is saying the poem or narrating it. Let's begin with the poem. I remember the night my mother was stung by a scorpion. 10 hours of steady rain had driven him to crawl beneath a sack of rice. Crawl beneath a sack of rice is a sentence which shows us that in that house the rice was kept in sacks, which gives a presentation to us and presents the typical village home. The scenario: the night my mother was stung by a scorpion. He says it happened due to the steady rain of 10 hours, which had brought that creature to hide beneath the sack of rice. Next, he says the scorpion parted with his poison. From his devilish and evil tail, and stung his mother's toes and then disappeared in the rain again. Here, the term diabolic tail is used. The term diabolic refers to a kind of devil and wicked. And in this poem, it is referred to the sting of the scorpion, as it is devilish and wicked in nature, which can even cause death to a person. Next, the peasants came like swarms of flies and buzzed the name of God 100 times to paralyze the evil one. The poet has made a contrast here between the flies and the neighbors by citing the swarms of flies. Here, swarms of flies is considered to the neighbors. As we all know that generally swarms of flies get attracted towards something rotten, like heap of vegetables, fruits, etc. In the same way, the villagers got attracted towards the trouble of the narrator's family. As they came in, they started chanting the name of God to drive away and paralyze the evil one. Evil one here refers to the sting, the scorpion. Next, with candles and with lanterns, throwing giant scorpion shadows on the sun-baked walls, they searched for him. He was not found. They clicked their tongues. Clicked their tongues means they felt defeated because they were failing in finding that scorpion, in tracing him out as to where has he gone. With every movement that the scorpion made, his poison moved in mother's blood, they said. Now, here we get an idea of a philosophical myth which the peasants, the neighbors, think that as in the direction in which the scorpion moved, in the same way the poison will move in the mother's blood. So they prayed that he sit still. May he sit still, they said. May the sins of your previous birth be burnt away tonight, they said. May your suffering decrease, the misfortunes of your next birth, they said. May the sum of evil balanced in this unreal world against the sum of good become diminished by your pain, they said. May the poison purify your flesh of desire and your spirit of ambition, they said, and they sat around. So, when they came in, when they felt defeated, after that they started praying to the God so that he sits still and doesn't move further, and so that the sting remains at a place and does not infect the whole body of the mother. They say that the sins of a previous birth be burnt tonight. May her suffering decrease the fortune of her next birth. The sum of evil be balanced in this unreal world. Here we can see that we get an idea, glimpse of the philosophical myth that we are knowing, and every day or the other, someone on the other tells us that the happenings of this birth are the cause of our previous birth, and the things we do in this life will affect our next life. According to the Hindu cosmology, if we see, the happenings of present birth are due to the previous, and the unreal world depicted in the line balanced in this unreal world. The unreal world here depicts the philosophical myth. In this unreal world, during the lifespan of peoples, they are just greedy, lusty, ambitious, which is just due to the Maya. And the real world comes when our soul unites with the Supreme, the Creator. Now, there is one more line to be noted here. May the poison purify your flesh of desire and your spirit of ambition. Poison purify your flesh here shows us that the poison, which is devilish and wicked in nature, will purify the mother's blood. If we people see around, generally our parents and someone else also tells us that if we eat neem, it will purify our blood because it is bitter in taste. In the same way, the poison, being devilish and wicked in nature, will purify the flesh of mother. Moving further, they said, and they sat around on the floor with my mother in the center. Now, after feeling defeated, after they couldn't do anything with all sorts of magic, superstition, they sat around the mother in the center with the mother. Next, the peace of understanding on each face. More candles, more lanterns, more neighbors. More candles, more lanterns, more neighbors. More insects and the endless rain. Here we can also see that the poet is focusing on the word more as the time was passing on. People were coming and sitting beside her mother, sympathizing her that she'll be well soon and nothing will happen to her. My mother twisted through and through. Here we get an idea that her mother was in a tremendous pain. She was suffering. She couldn't even lie down in a single position. She was just twisting herself through and through to just get distracted from that sting and the pain she was going through. Now he mentions about his father. My father, skeptic, rationalist. Skeptic means here doubting attitude. A person who is of a doubting attitude, who just doubts on everything. Rationalist means to rely on facts. A person who relies on facts and never goes by any emotions. So he was a skeptic and a rationalist who was just trying every curse and blessing, powder, mixture, herbs, medicinal plants. He even poured a little paraffin. Paraffin means kerosene. He poured a little paraffin and burnt that area so that the poison comes out from that place, from the toe. Now, in the next two lines, we'll get a glimpse that the poet, he himself was experiencing all these things happening in front of his eyes. By the line, I watched the flame feeding on my mother. I watched the holy man performing his rites. I here depicts that he was present there. He presents it ironically. Next, to tame the poison with an incantation, after 20 hours, it lost its sting. My mother only said, "Thank God the scorpion picked on me and spared my children." Further, he says that he sees the holy man performing his rites and chanting the incantation, the magical words, so that the sting loses from the mother's toe. At the end of the poem, we can see that the maternal telling effect when the mother shows a sigh of relief for her children being spared from the evil scorpion, and the children were saved, and they did not get that pain, and they did not have to go through that tremendous pain which she had suffered. Here, after 20 hours, the sting was lost from the toe. So, at the end, we can say that the Night of the Scorpion, this poem, evokes superstition practices we haven't still outgrown, which are still being practiced in somewhere or the other part of the country. The poet brings in wake the tune, world of superstition and scientific temperament into focus. The world of superstition being presented by the peasants, the holy man, and the scientific temperament is presented by his father, who was a rationalist. So at the end we can say that Nissim Ezekiel has presented a beautiful experience of a village life of the happenings, of the thoughts which generally evoked during those times. Here we see that he has demonstrated his personal images, symbols, his feelings, and the cultural ethos and heritage of India by depicting the village life. Now, this is the end of the video. If you guys want more videos on anything in English to be explained in Hindi or in English, you can comment it in the comment box.